Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. Once again, I am here bringing you more farming videos. Now today we are going to reiterate some things that we have already posted, but we're doing it for a reason. Well, people don't really pay too much attention to just, one-off videos, so what I decided to do is I decided to make not one-off videos. Instead, I am going to make a series of videos starting today, and the series is going to cover each and every single region of the Atlas, what the benefits of farming their different regions is, and what you can basically look forward to doing as you go along and do this farm method. So the first region we are taking care of today is Haework Hamlet. Excuse me. Now, Haework Hamlet has a couple of really good notables. So as you see, I unsocketed my watchstones. They're in my inventory, and I'll get to that in a second. First and foremost, we have our harvest. Now, harvest is really pretty decent because you have the more likely to have less common crafting options, and then you have 10% increased chance to have 100% increased chance to have 2 or 4 plant. Now, I'm going to go over a little quick test with you today and show you what this entails, even with when you're paying for the harvest and you have the 4 watchstones rolled. But before I continue there, we're going to go over the other nodes. So the other nodes we have is Controlled Corruption and Amplified. Now, this is extremely powerful if you're running essences. There are some essence watchstones that you can roll for this to even amp it up even further, but as of now, I am not going to be going over essences. If that is something someone wants to see, you can request it in my videos. In this set of videos, I will be going over the different watchstones you roll for this, and then the different watchstones you roll for these. And this and these specifically is ritual and harvest. That's what I'm going over in these next couple of videos. So, on top of which, we also have the June missions right here, but I will be 100% honest. If you're running 4 June missions, you want to run these if you want the June missions. And what you want to do is you want to roll, more chance to, encounter June and more chance to get June missions in return. But I can go over all that at a later date because I don't feel like rolling 4 more watchstones to consistently get Junes. Not right now, anyway. And on top of which, we have 528 June missions in the standard, and I'm not really going too hard on them in late. So, without further ado, we're going to get into our watchstones. So the 4 watchstones we have in our atlas right now are these 4. These 4 have re-rolling favors and altars costs 10% less tribute. Now we have this because the notable over here, wrong area. The notable over here says right here, 100% increased chance of ritual altars with special rewards. Now, special rewards, in my experience, is kind of like exotic goods in Tyrion's Inn. I will go over that in a couple of videos from now, but basically it's guaranteeing you at least a single decent to good reward. In my last test, I did about 6 maps. In those 6 maps, I managed to find some pretty decent stuff. Now, I will go over this. I can go over this whole thing as far as exotic goods in later videos to, recover it, and then I'll go over any other farming methods in the area and so on and so forth. But just focusing on specifically the exotic goods here, the paid in blood here, this is a very, very powerful node. Now, excuse me, what's it? Ooh, excuse me. Now, on top of this, there is a plus 10% natural chance to, contain ritual altars. Obviously, we're not guaranteed, so we're probably going to have to run a couple of maps to get our ritual altars. Sad, but true. But the other watchstones we have rolled is the chance, or sorry, the monsters grant increased tribute. Now, I didn't manage to roll any T1s, but I got some T2s rolled, and this is really good if you're into juicing the altars and going that way. Now, I think the juicing method is it's kind of like, this would be good, for example, if you're running Delirium and you want to run Scarabs and you want to run all kinds of stuff to make the altar really crazy. That's when this is good. When these watchstones over here are good, that's when when you don't want to juice your maps. When you don't want to sit there and drop in Scarabs every single map. You don't want to drop in Ritual Vessels. All you want to do is roll these and run Haework Hamelet until Ritual pops up, and that's it. So, without further ado, we're going to get started on the ritual aspect of this, and I will show you a short video of, or not a short video, a short example of both farming methods. Alright. Recording. So, that being said, there is a that being said, let's hop into it and grab some Haework Hamelet watchstones, or watchstones maps. Let's see. HAE. Let's see if we have a really nice, there we go, we got a bunch of atolls. So we're just gonna grab some white atolls. Just want to fill up our inventory full of them because that's what we're gonna have to do. I think I had one with a random thing, right? Blight Encounter, I don't really care about Blight Encounter. And we're not gonna run them with anything crazy, we're just gonna run them white, and this is basically going to be the example of running the rituals with nothing but the standard, you know, just chilling. So let's see if we can encounter a natural ritual without having to roll it on a sextant or having to pull out a different watchstone. So let's see how many maps it takes. We're gonna run a toll, and we're gonna see if we can't find it. Now, I will go over the pros and cons again towards the end of the video, so if I repeat myself, I am sorry, but that's just basically how you have to do it when it comes to this. So let's see if we find any natural rituals here. Looks like we spawned Baron, that's fine. I don't think I have rituals on my map. Doesn't look like it. And let's see. Oh, looks like we got a Elder map in return. That's pretty cool. Now, if you don't know by now how to use the middle of the atlas to increase your watchstones benefits and everything like that, I will reiterate that after this map, just to kind of give you a heads up. Yep, no ritual altars and no natural. Okay, so let's go back. Now, let's see here. Let's go back real quick. And so when you're running these, this setup, you also want to make sure you run these two nodes. You want to have the sextant additional use, and this is because if you roll sextants in your areas, you can roll guaranteed ritual altars or guaranteed harvest. Now, obviously, I wouldn't say spam sextants, just throw sextants on and see where it takes you. Excuse me. And the other thing you need to run is Secrets of the Stones. Secrets of the Stones gives you a really big buff to your Watchstone modifiers. So 25% increase effect means, you know, the ones over here that I have that says 10% is 12.5%. The 8% goes up to 10%. and basically, you know, everything will end up costing more than 40% less less to re-roll it. So let's go ahead and just throw in another map and see if we can't spawn another one. Now, there is a way to guarantee ritual altars, but I'm trying to show you here just a natural, like, hey, I want to run maps real quick, and, you know, not necessarily run them white, but I want to run maps, and I want to try and get, you know, some value out of running them white. And this is basically going to show you how to go about doing that. You will still have to spend currency to roll your watchstones, but it's a very minimal investment. If I'm not mistaken, the platinum Haeworks are pretty cheap right now. Unlike like Baldo's Rest ones, which are expensive, the platinum Haeworks are relatively cheap right now. Oh, okay, that hurt.
Be utterly annihilated.
So again, I don't seem to have farmed or found a ritual altar. Doesn't look like it anyway. So let's see. That was a toll real quick, and we're gonna just drop out and put in the. What I'll do now is I will take out a watchstone to put in one of my rolled ones. In my rolled ones, if you remember, I rolled a whole bunch of them in earlier videos. Is I have one that right here says area contains ritual altars. Unfortunately, if I do this, I will be losing out on a little bit of less tribute modifier. So it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do for the sake of making these videos a little shorter. So let's see, a toll, enter the map, and then wait for it to open. Now this won't change it. You're still gonna get the, you're still not gonna get the bonus, unfortunately. But I'm just doing this again for the sake of the video, so you guys can see, you know, what you're looking at on average. Now, obviously, if I am rolling, or if I'm wanting to roll these watchstones, I'm probably going to be rolling the maps and just, you know, chain running them until a ritual comes up. But it's not always the case to come up right away. It's like 1 in 8 or something like that. So you know, don't expect to see it all the time.
My mana is gone.
Okay, so let's see if we can't clear this ritual real quick. Looks like we got the lightning ball, which is easy. So we got 1. Now remember, when you see the rewards and you see the rerolls, remember the reroll can be 10% less cost. So you'll end up getting a little more value than I would if you rolled your watchstones, even at tier 2. But I'm just rolling. Let me go check boss room, see if there's a buddy over here I can kill real quick. Yep, there is. So let's quickly dispatch the boss. That's weird. He dropped me chaotic disposition? Okay. Oh, hey. Not spawn on me, that'd be great, dude. Kill Peruna, and let's zoom to the next one. Alright, let's open this up. Gotta be careful for the lightning ball. Kill Peruna, and alright, so that's all 4 rituals. So let's go ahead and see first what our first one has. Now, if this was deferred, it's just a whatever kind of thing. If you, let me see, that one's crap. Okay, so if you see, if I go to reroll, my reroll costs 1300 tribute. Now, 10% decrease from this, I believe, would be an extra, it's like 130, so it'd be like 1100. And 1100 to reroll is really good. So what I usually do is I will defer like this, for example. This is not going to take too much of my space if I defer it, and then I will reroll. Now that I rerolled, now I have even more coming up on my screen. Now what you can do is like I probably wouldn't recommend this, but you can like defer, defer, defer. Now you have a little less, and then you just go to reroll again. First, let me see what fossil is that. Pristine, that's fine. Reroll. And now, as you see, we don't have really anything that we care about, so we just defer, 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 and we're done. Now, this is this is one example. Obviously, we're not juicing the map up. We can, if we decide to put any form of juice on it, like Legion Scarabs, like anything like that, we will be getting a lot more tribute. But this is a minimal investment, but decent payout kind of ritual setup. Excuse me. Now the other method I showed you is a bit different because you have to juice your maps to get the best results, and then at that point you don't really need to invest too much into having the less reroll, and the less reroll becomes obsolete. So now I am going to, well, I have to run my Baron, so let's run my Baron real quick. So I will run Baron. Oh, let me stash all these wonderful loot. Cool. I have too many shores. That's fantastic. Alright. And after I take care of Baron, I will get to the second part of the ritual. And the second part is juicing your maps to get more tribute and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not going to go too ham. What I'm going to show you is a couple of rusted scarabs and a couple of, and the, increased tribute watchstones along with one delirium orb. Now, I'm doing one delirium orb because the delirium orb gives you bigger packs and more rarity and stuff like that, so it makes things a little easier. Come on, let me in so I can kill you. Boss is dead.
I shall cast you into a pit of infinite torches.
Sure you will. Alright, so there's Baron. Now let's return to town. Now, next thing I'm going to show you, as I said, is going to be a minor juice of a map. So now we're going to take out the less cost to reroll, and we're going to put them aside. And this is, like I said, this is if you're running your maps and you're just running it without any kind of juicing. All you're doing is alch and go, alch and go, alch and go. You don't run sextants. All you want to do is you want to get some of the smaller currency saved. You want to get some stuff saved up, and that's your goal. So now we're going to show you what your prospects look like if you're running it a little bit of a different way. So the different way is, first I need to get some chisels and alchemy. I need, let's see, sextants. I don't want to use my awakens right now. We're just going to use some primes. I need, let's see, delirium orbs. Let's get 5 delirium orbs out so I can give you kind of a decent, I'll get 3 out so you can see 3 maps just like before. So we're gonna go 3. I don't want to do currency though. I'll do maps. Or let me see. I'll do armor. Oh, that's 4. Boom. Okay. So now we're gonna chisel up 3 maps. We're going to alch the 3 maps. We're going to put delirium orbs on the 3 maps, and we're going to run our watchstones. Now, I'm actually not going to run this one right now because I don't want to spend too much time looting. And the other reason why I'm not going to run it, aside from the looting, is the fact that I have to actually put this one in so I can guarantee myself the ritual altars without having a blood-filled vessel. Now, there is an easy way to farm the blood-filled vessels. As you saw, as I was going, I found them like nothing. They basically, I have a whole vessel in deferment waiting for me to buy it outright. So I'll get into that in my I'll get into that at a later date, or you know, I'll get into it probably in this video, but at the end of this video. So as you see, I have 7 blood-filled or ritual vessels that aren't blood-filled, and all of these were gotten casually as I was just mapping and finding some rituals. So now we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna pull out some scarabs, and the easiest ones you can do would be breach, legion. Breach is actually subpar. We're not going to put breach. We're going to put Parandus, because Parandus and strong boxes, and we want polished strong box. Yeah, polished. Polished is a good happy medium for it. And Parandus, the reason why we want Parandus, where's my Parandus though? Oh yeah, we want Elder monsters, and the reason why we want Parandus is because it guarantees you additional packs of monsters, and they're strewn about the map. And usually when I'm farming these, I find that they spawn pretty often on top of the or near the ritual altars. So let's go ahead and put our first delirious map in, and we're gonna just throw on a random modifier. Let's see. Let's go with, I want to use that right now. Infused Domination has 6 additional shrines. Yeah, let's get shrines. Why not? This is probably one of the most common ones you can come across. So if you're looking for an infused craft to run with ritual, this is probably it. Because not only are you going to be running the ritual for, you know, value and everything like that, these shrines are going to make your rituals astronomically easier. You're going to be able to basically clear them within seconds with acceleration, or if you have brutal, you're just going to one-shot everything. You know, it's going to be real easy to make a lot of currency real quick with this method, and you're going to see what I mean by how lucrative it can be. Now, if you remember, I have 3 items deferred in my altar. A couple of these, like the 23 quality gem, I usually wouldn't defer, but that was done at the end of last league just because I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna grab it, maybe someone wants it, and I never finished getting it. So unfortunately, this is what you have to deal with on console. You do have lag spikes. Just kind of have to dealing with lag. This is our first altar. This is a good one because it allows us to shock enemies nearby. This is also a good one. Alright, let's make sure everything dies. Doesn't look like any of my things spawn near this, unfortunately. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kill what we can, and then we're gonna open up the altar. Now, what you can do to make this farm method extremely lucrative is you can run 1 ritual vessel to guarantee it, your altar that is, excuse me, and then you can, oh, I gotta be careful, and then you can run a couple scarabs, and then the 1 ritual vessel you have will be a pretty big pack size. You can also run 4 ritual vessels, and if you run 4 ritual vessels, your last altar is going to be really cracked out and really juicy, really valuable to you. So that's something that you can look into if you want to. Let's get the massive shrine. More HP is always good. Let's go ahead and open up this. Oh boy. Yeah. I can't move. I'm lagging. There we go. Performance issues. What path wouldn't be path without performance issues, guys, you know? So real quickly, kill as much as we can as fast as we can. And we died due to a fireball because I couldn't move. Now, thankfully, thankfully we're on a delirium map, not a delirium mirror, so we don't have to worry about chasing the fog or anything. Excuse me. Now this time around we actually only end up getting 3 ritual altars, which is kind of crappy, but it is what it is. You know, you're not always going to get the 4, and when you don't, you know, just got to roll with the punches. When you're juicing the map, you know, you obviously want to try and guarantee 4. There is a watchstone you can roll that says rituals and areas have 4 altars. If you can roll it, cool, but the weighting is like 5. I believe it's an equivalent odds to roll like oh, there's a Kosis here, huh? Hi Kosis. Goodbye Kosis. There's an equivalent odds to roll like the really rare watchstone for, you know, Valdos, to get the rare value of currency. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you had the excess of alts and maybe like 10-20 watchstones to roll in case you roll over something you don't want to roll over something good. I do, and I still didn't roll it, so is what it is. Alright. Now let's go back into our ritual. Let's get the armor shrine, make myself beefy. I can't move. There we go. If I can kill the bubble guy, that'd be great. Did I get him? Nope. Okay, now I got him. Alright, we got a couple buffs. Let's go murder a boss real quick. And of course that. I got a Sparking Flame. Okay. Oh, look. Boss is right on the ritual. So let's murder the boss. As you see, we are getting a lot more tribute. This is at a... It's scaling up pretty well, but we only have 3 altars, so it's not going to be as ideal. And we only have 3 watchstones, so the 4th watchstone would have probably broken like 10k, and the 4th altar would have probably broken even more. So let's see what we have. We have a double multi mana reserve, can't be cursed with silence. Let's see. So if you look, our rerolls the normal 2000 tribute. It's unfortunate, but it's just what it is. We're gonna go ahead and grab this and defer this, just because that one looks cool. Doesn't look like anything here I really care about, and we're going to reroll. Alright, what is this? A random 6th link. Yeah, I don't really want that, so we're just gonna reroll. And what do we have? A couple of the things I deferred before, I can't afford them, so we're just gonna defer them again and call it a day. And just like that, you can kind of see, you know, the difference in what it's like. This time I was able to flat out buy one of the items I wanted, and last time I basically had to defer everything and not take anything. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Between the 2 different ones, sometimes you're just not going to be able to afford some stuff. You're going to defer some stuff that you want to keep. And as far as, you know, my recommendation goes, start with the reroll one, because, you know, you're obviously I don't need to get all that stuff. That's just I'm in standard, so I'm just kind of, well, let's just defer it. I have time to get it, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not looking to get a huge gains here. I'm just looking to have some fun and get some ritual vessels every now and then. So let's go ahead and kill everything again. And after this, I will wrap up the specifically the farming for ritual portion section of this. I can show you what a fully min-maxed map would look like, but that would take me probably an extra like 20, an average of 1 in 10, 1 in 5 or something like that. So maybe we'll just say like 20 maps total to show you what min-max version of each variant would look like, so you can see if you're willing to, you know, actually go out of your way and do it. However, as of now, I'd rather cut this video where it is and upload it and share it with you guys. So as I said, this has been an experience of exploring the Atlas, part 1. I was going to run these, but because Delirium takes a little bit too long to run in tandem with, in chain, I will not be running the other 2 Delirium maps. Instead, I will just be putting them in my stash and maybe using them for another video later. Without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I do hope that this series, which is still kind of unknown, has helped you. When I think of a title, I'll put it in the title, and hopefully I'll stick to the title and not change it. But as of now, I do hope that everyone enjoys my content and or finds it 1, amusing, 2, very informative, or as informative as I can make it. I suck at explaining things and I'm trying to get better at it, but it is what it is, and I appreciate people who do stick around and tag along and want to get the information they want to get. So this has been Chaos-Reighn again. I appreciate everything. If you have any questions on how you would go about making the ritual farming even better, even more consistent, even stronger, anything like that, please don't be afraid. Don't hesitate to send me a message. I will get back to you. I've been responding to every single person that's messaged me, maybe not the same day, but I try to make sure I respond to them. And hopefully I don't get overwhelmed and get too many people messaging me at some point in the future, but as of now, I'm doing okay. Thank you very much again. Take it easy, everyone.